Welcome back to Miles for Mental Health. Today we are at Metberry Gulch outside of Colorado Springs. We're going to be talking about the relationship between physical exercise and mental health. Hoping to have some pretty unique footage in this video today. The Colfax Marathon is taking place tomorrow, and my hope is we'll be able to share some facts on the positive aspects that come from physical exercise and mental health. So happy that you're joining us today as we learn a little bit more about mental health and do some off-roading. We got some big rocks and big piles of dirt that we're going to be going over. We got 2 GoPros, so we've got 2 different angles for you to see today. This is a really beautiful area. I've actually never been here. As you can see on the GoPros, there's been a lot of controlled burns in this area. I see some big piles of rocks. I see some big mountains in the distance. It's going to be a good time. This trail is not rated very high. Should be pretty easy. I think that the out and back time is probably going to take us only about an hour and a half. We will keep you posted as we get through all of these obstacles here, and as we look at the pretty little bud and leaves on all of these aspens. Wow, we'll definitely have to come back here in the fall when the aspens turn yellow. So while we're getting deeper into the trail, I figured I'd take a little bit of time to teach you some off-roading tricks that I've learned in my time here in Colorado. Mainly from my interactions with my other Mile High Jeep Club members. That's the name of the Jeep Club that I'm in here in Colorado. So one thing you want to be really careful about when you're off-roading is using your brakes too much. You really want to avoid using your brakes when you're out here on the trail. The main reason for that is what happens if your brakes go out. If you're going down a steep hill and your brakes are either, on their last legs, or, maybe some other catastrophic failure happens, you always want to be able to control your vehicle even if you've lost your braking. Well, when you are operating in 4 low, which is 4-wheel drive low gears, you can actually put your Jeep into manual and let the vehicle ride at about 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear. When you're doing that, and you're listening to the Jeep and adjusting the gear as necessary, you can use the gearing to brake your Jeep, essentially. You actually might be able to hear, as we go down hills, you'll hear a very high RPM coming out of my exhaust through the window. This is because my vehicle is actually limiting the amount of revolutions it can do in order to keep the wheels moving at a slower speed. So the lower gear you're in, the slower and slower those wheels are going to move going downhill. Some people call this crawl speed. It's very effective for crawling down rocks at a steep angle and being able to keep your foot off the brake. While we're crawling, I figured I would tell you a little bit about how I've used physical exercise to cope with my own mental health. I don't have any stats or figures or anything like that offhand, but I will get some information to share with you all either later in this video or in the description. Ever since I moved out to Colorado, I've obviously had a lot of opportunities to go hiking and camping, and both of those things are pretty physically extensive. But that activity is really great at just keeping me in the moment. And hold on, Jesus, I'm gonna hit this, aren't I? Nope, I didn't hit it. Okay, cool. There's like so many aspens here, and all of them are like poking into and over top of the trail, and so like having to watch hitting those. But what I was saying was, doing that physical activity, like, chopping wood while you're camping or going on a hike before sunset or whatever, it really, centers you. It grounds you to the moment that you're in and the things that are important. And you don't have to deal with all those anxieties and stressors that come from life. And so I've really enjoyed, that aspect of Colorado. But one thing I've enjoyed just as much, if not even more, is going bouldering. I've done a lot of indoor and outdoor bouldering. Started indoor because I was kind of new to the sport, but quickly became a fanatic. I started climbing the V1s and the V2s and the V3s, and progressively have got to the point where I don't know, I feel like I'm excelling in bouldering. And that is a really special feeling. Not only do I get the mental health benefits of the physical activity itself, taking me out of all these anxieties and stressors and putting me into the moment, but additionally, I get this kind of over time satisfaction and gratification from achieving higher and higher levels of bouldering. I feel like there's kind of a multi-pronged mental health benefit. I would love to hear from some of you, what are the sports or the physical activities that you like to do on a daily basis or a weekly basis, or even just when you have the opportunity. Tell me about it. Tell me about it in the comments. What do you like to do and why? How does it help you with your mental health? Let's get some conversation going on down in the comments. And then we can all find better ways to, integrate physical activity and mental health. Whoa, Jesus. Oh. All right, we got a pretty tight turn here. This is honestly, the first really interesting obstacle that we have. I'm going to try not to scrape the Gladiator on all of these rocks that are over next to me. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, we got another 20 degrees just now. I think 20 degrees deserves 20 likes, so get the liking and subscribing. Wow, a little turn of events that you might be able to see on the GoPro while we were eating lunch. A big thunderstorm has rolled in, so we actually didn't make it all the way to the end of the trail, and now we are turning around and going straight back. Obviously, in these types of situations, we never want to turn back. You always want to, be able to say that you've completed the trail and get to that destination. But sometimes you have to be able to call an audible, and that's what we're doing right now. So the rain's starting. It's liable to fix up a lot of mud, and like I was saying earlier, that mud is what we were already worried about. I think I'm getting maybe 40 or 50 mile an hour winds right now.
What is that?
Laid against the side of my Jeep.
Doing all right?
So luckily it's a pretty heavy vehicle. We should be a-okay, but we're just gonna get out of here as quick as we can. So we'll give you an update soon. Woo! All right, we've made it out of the majority of the trail. I think we've only got one more obstacle to go before we're well on our way. It seems that the storm has kind of opened up around us, and so we got a little bit of sunshine coming through right now. I've got the windows back down. We don't have hurricane force winds that are trying to blow us over. So we're in pretty good shape. But yeah, I want to thank you for joining us on the trail today, and let you know that we've still got some more footage coming regarding the Colfax Marathon, which we'll be taking tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure as to whether I'll put it in this video yet or if it'll be a separate video, but all that being said, I hope today that, maybe you've taken a little bit of inspiration from me and from what we're doing here in order to, just try to get your WHO recommended amount of exercise per week, which I'll throw down in the description. And that you recognize, the importance of physical exercise, for your mental health. As I said earlier, big water crossing there. Please throw some comments down below, and let us know how you use physical exercise to improve your own mental health. And if you get a chance, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'd also really appreciate it if you just sent this video to one person that you think would enjoy the type of content that we're doing here. We'll see you next time. And as always, you can find us at Miles, the number 4, MH, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. And we're also on YouTube Shorts now, so please check out our shorts. And of course, you can find us on LinkedIn and Facebook by just searching Miles for Mental Health. So if you're looking to make a monthly contribution to our channel, we recommend joining our Patreon channel. For as little as $10 a month, you can get some exclusive content. And if you'd like to contribute $25 a month, you'll also be able to get a t-shirt once our t-shirts come in. So just planting some seeds there. Please be excited in the comments below, and as soon as we get them in, we know that they're looking good, we'll send some pictures out to everybody. Going over a water crossing right now, but with that, I will say thank you and goodbye. We will see you at the next Miles for Mental Health video.